Chapter 2. The Unraveling. As the family gathered around the grand dining table, the initial polite exchanges soon gave way to a palpable tension that hung in the air. Evelyn Reynolds, the matriarch, sat at the head of the table, her piercing gaze sweeping over her children and grandchildren as if silently willing them to reveal their secrets. David, Evelyn's son and the local politician, fidgeted in his seat, his mind racing with the implications of the scandal that had just surfaced. He had worked tirelessly to build his reputation, and the thought of it all crumbling before his eyes made his stomach churn. He glanced nervously at Claire, his sister, knowing that she would relish the opportunity to expose his flaws. Claire, in turn, eyed David with a mixture of resentment and triumph. She had always been the black sheep of the family, the one who had never quite fit in. Now, she saw a chance to level the playing field, to show her brother that his carefully curated image was nothing more than a facade. Across the table, Lucas, the troubled grandson, sat with his head down, avoiding eye contact with the rest of the family. He could feel the weight of their judgment, the disappointment that simmered beneath the surface. His addiction had been a source of shame and discord, and he knew that tonight it would be laid bare for all to see. Maya, the youngest of the Reynolds clan, observed the unfolding drama with a mix of fascination and trepidation. She had always felt like an outsider, struggling to find her place within the family's rigid traditions. Now, as the cracks in the family's veneer began to show, she wondered if this might be her chance to finally be seen and understood. As the main course was served, Evelyn cleared her throat, drawing the attention of the entire table. "I have an announcement to make," she said, her voice calm and measured. "I've decided to reveal the contents of your grandfather's will." The room fell silent, save for the clinking of silverware against porcelain. David's face paled, while Claire's eyes narrowed with suspicion. Lucas shifted uncomfortably in his seat, and Maya leaned forward, her curiosity piqued. Evelyn continued, "Your grandfather's will has been kept a secret for all these years, but I believe the time has come to bring it to light." David cleared his throat, his voice laced with a hint of desperation. "Mother, do you really think this is the appropriate time to discuss such matters? We're all here to celebrate our family, not dredge up the past." Claire scoffed, her eyes flashing with contempt. "Oh, I think this is the perfect time, David. After all, we're all here, aren't we? Might as well get everything out in the open." Lucas tensed, his hands gripping the edge of the table. He knew that the revelation of the will could uncover more than just financial details. It could expose the family's deepest, darkest secrets. Maya, sensing the palpable tension, reached out and placed a hand on Lucas's arm, offering him a small, reassuring smile. In that moment, a silent understanding passed between them, a shared sense of being outsiders in this family of secrets. Evelyn raised her hand, silencing the brewing argument. "I understand your concerns, David, but this is something I've been grappling with for a long time. I believe it's time for all of us to confront the truth, no matter how difficult it may be." David opened his mouth to protest, but before he could speak, a commotion at the front door drew everyone's attention. A young woman, her face flushed with excitement, hurried into the dining room, a stack of papers in her hand. "Mr. Reynolds," she said, addressing David, "I'm so sorry to interrupt, but I have some information that I believe you'll want to see." David's face darkened, and he rose from his seat, his chair scraping against the hardwood floor. "What is the meaning of this?" he demanded, his voice laced with a barely contained fury. The young woman, undeterred, held out the papers. "I'm a reporter from the local newspaper, and I've uncovered some troubling information about your campaign finances. I'm afraid there are some discrepancies that could jeopardize your political career." The room erupted in a cacophony of voices, as each family member reacted to the news. Evelyn watched, her expression unreadable, as the chaos unfolded before her. She knew that this was only the beginning. The unraveling had just begun.